we, about a year and a half ago, Chloe and I were sitting in my kitchen and we were drunk and we were talking about food and how much we loved it. And we were talking about Lily and how there are so many cool people in food who are doing amazing things and they're not being recognised. And, you know, month after month there's awards for the best chef and the best restaurant. And we were like, it's like so much better than that. It's so much deeper than that, what's happening in this country right now. And we wanted to find a way that we could recognise those people who were doing crazy stuff like smoking their own salmon on their rooftop and, you know, making amazing hams in their their airing cupboards and all this stuff that Chloe was writing about. Oh, hang on. Okay, so my name's Amy and I work, like, you'll probably all hate me, but I'm a food PR. But I left the sort of big agencies because I love food so much and I was working with all the big companies like Unilever and Kraft and all of those guys, and food was so much more exciting on a smaller level, on a more exciting level. So, hello? I left the big agency and I set up my own agency to work with challenger brands who were really exciting and different and who were pushing the boundaries and kind of taking on the big boys. And that's kind of little cool people that were doing stuff. So that was my background. This is Chloe, who has a pathological hatred of public speaking.
I really do. I'm a food journalist, so I'm the food and drink editor at Metro, the free sheet you see. But this is nothing to do with Metro. It's something that kind of came from our hearts. So we didn't really want Metro to be involved, even though it's a very big dog. And that's me.
And this is Lily. Vanilli.
Thanks. My name's Lily. I run a bakery called Lily Vanilli, which has kind of evolved over the last couple of years from being in my kitchen in Hackney making a few cakes to being... Lily, you need to bring it a bit closer. Sorry, thanks. To doing cake sculptures which have been exhibited at the V&A and doing very kind of conceptual canapes for people like Elton John and a lot of kind of different creative avenues. So Chloe and Amy came up with this concept to put on a food and drinks award to challenge what the other food and drinks awards stand for, which
I just want to say, so basically it came about because there's the OFM awards and there's Time Out awards and it's always like best restaurant, best cafe, PR for places, and this was just like something that we just really wanted to actually celebrate food and drink talent and young people who are actually doing really amazing thing on the food and drink scene, which is why we left Metro out of it as well, is that we actually wanted it to be a very genuine thing where we're looking for new talent and we're celebrating it in a different way. So that's the awards really, isn't it?
So welcome to the YBF Awards 2012. There we are, Chloe sniffing a mushroom. We were really flattered by this. It actually leaked, the YBFs leaked out on Urban Junkies about 3 months ago, and they called us the big boys of today's foodie movement. We were really excited by that, and it's a bit of a show-off thing. But I think to us, suddenly, like this little idea that we had, it suddenly realised that this is actually really important to people, and literally, oh my god, like the amount of brands and people that wanted to get involved was just ridiculous. Like the judges, Chloe contacted all these amazing, the top of the game in food and drink, and they were literally, we want to get involved. We had like Waitrose knocking down our door, to which we said no.
Well, for the judges, we've got 7 different categories. So we've got, instead of it being best restaurant, best cafe, we're just looking for new people who are really good at coffee, baristas. We're looking at chefs. We've got street food. We've got charcuterie. We've got, what are all the different categories? There's so many of them. Irreverent chef, yeah. Experimental, which has got bumpers and par. The jellymongers and baking, of course, which Lily Vanilli's helping out with. So that's our 7 categories. And now we're basically doing a nationwide search across Britain to get loads and loads of people entering to find the best talent for the YBS. But what was so lovely as well is that we're approaching all these different people from Tony C to do Mixology, and Tony Canigliaro is like one of the best mixologists in Britain, and he's internationally famous. We approached him, and he was happy to do it for free because he really believed in what we were doing, which is basically just celebrating food and drink in a creative way. And the reason it's called the YBFs as well is because it was a bit of a take on the YBAs of the 1990s. It's a bit of a piss take really, but Saatchi created the YBAs, and it was a very big thing at that time, and it's called Britannia, and it's this like grand moment for art. And we just think in this decade, the grand moment is for food and drink. So that's how the YBS came about.
So we've talked a bit about what it is. Categories of the judges: Tony C, William Davies from Proof, former World Barista champion, William Davies, Nuno Mendes, who's been fantastic and a big supporter.
It's so busy. Like, it's amazing these guys are just like totally giving us all their time.
The thing that we found that's really interesting about the judges is that they're very busy, but there's a lot of excitement amongst them just to find out, just to see who we find. So there's this feeling that this movement has spread so far around Britain, and we know what's going on in London, and it really feels like just the beginning. But the idea of searching out every corner of the country and finding something new is really exciting for everyone in terms of produce or techniques, and really like people that people are kind of casting the net far and wide for inspiration. So looking to history, but also looking relating to architecture and technology and all of these things where previously England has a long and proud history of great cooks and a real pride in food. And then after the wars, we've been really slow to get back on our feet. And the concept of smoking fish and making bread in your home is nothing new. It's just something that we haven't had in our country for such a long time that people have forgotten about it. And really it only takes a couple of generations to be skipped for those skills to be lost. Now, like, if people make their own bread, it feels like they're doing something really creative and different and unusual, but the reality is that should be normal. It's an everyday skill. So the YBFs are kind of twofold for us. There's one side of it where we want to just spread the word and the excitement so that ordinary people get this feeling where they want to go home and get to